Think you know what it takes to be an Eagle Scout? Well, today we're going to bust some of the myths about Eagle Scouts. Yeah. Hey, ScouterStan, let's talk about Eagle Scouts and the myths that are out there. Some of these myths overshadow a lot of the achievements that are there, that are real with Eagle Scouts. This can be very big, and it's important that the general public out there that are not involved in scouting, don't know about how hard it is to be an Eagle Scout, they hear these myths, and it's important to voice in there and say, look, no, that's not true. This is what really happens in being an Eagle Scout. Every Eagle Scout is a perfect leader and outdoorsman. That would be nice if it was true, but obviously no. Eagle Scouts are people, okay? They are just like anyone else. They make mistakes. They have problems. Eagle Scouts are just human, just like everyone else. There's no way that they could be a flawless leader. There's no way that they would be an expert camper. They'd be pretty proficient at it, but there's not going to be an expert at everything that the general public thinks an Eagle Scout should. That is the thing about Eagle Scouts. Now, it would be great if we could think of an Eagle Scout as being a trained citizen, someone who knows about their citizenship, somebody who can kind of give the example of being a good citizen. This is something that Eagle Scouts are kind of expected, and it is true that at one point in their lives they might be asked if they were in scouting and did they achieve the Eagle Scout rank. This comes up, and this is a moment for them to raise their hand and be that good citizen and take on those challenges. An Eagle Scout achieves it all on their own. No, there are countless people that, mom and dad, okay, who were there to help and to make sure that they got transportation to the scout meeting. There were countless people that were involved in making sure their requirements and all of their achievements were accounted for. There are countless merit badge counselors who spent hours, if not days, with the scouts to achieve the thing that an Eagle Scout represents. There are Scoutmasters and assistant Scoutmasters and committee and treasurers and you name it. There's so many people contributing behind the scenes and scout facing that are there for that scout. And one of the things that all Eagle Scouts are is grateful for all the service that they freely gave to them. They're obligated. That point, as an Eagle Scout, they're obligated to give that back to their community. That is huge. Many Eagle Scouts down the road become mentors themselves of future Eagle Scouts. This is huge. We have a playlist here for adults who would like to be a mentor, helping a scout through the Eagle process. This is a long process, and there's a series that you can actually go through. This is for adult mentors to help youth go through the process of getting the Eagle. And this is kind of at the end, but a lot of mentors have been there for a long time. And now they need to know the information to really help with that process. This series was brought up a long time ago. I have mentored quite a few scouts through that process. It's a It's a very involved process, but it is a critical process to get right, because any mistakes that are made delays everything. So it's important that the scheduling is one of the very first things. You got to have that system there. So if you're thinking about being an Eagle Scout mentor, please take a moment and view that series. View it over a period of time. Don't try to do it all at once. It's involved. But definitely go through that mentoring series that we have here. Hey, before we go any further, I want to make sure that you are invited to come to the live meeting. The live meeting is on the first Sunday of each month at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So please join us. Now, you're going to have to adjust for whatever time zone you're in. But please join us and join in. That's a great way to ask questions, and I'm there to answer them. Also, I want to personally thank all of the patrons on Patreon for their continued financial support. Also, if you would like to become a channel member right here on YouTube, hit the join button and go through that process. It's a great way to help fund what you see here. If you don't want to do a monthly donation, that's fine. We have a thank you button. Just hit the thank you button and make a one-time donation. That is always appreciated. And let's get right back to it. All Eagle Scouts are young. Depends on your point of view. All Eagle Scouts today need to finish all of the requirements to become Eagle prior to their 18th birthday. Now that's young, okay? From my standpoint, that's very young. So, yes, but up until 1960, there was a possibility that adults could actually earn their Eagle. I know of an adult older than me who earned it in 1960. That's the thing. They actually earned it as an adult. That's a wild thing. And that that is amazing. That up until that time, what happened is that the requirements for leadership positions within the troop, youth leadership positions, was changed. Prior to that, they didn't have any youth leadership requirements. Yeah, so therefore, they could actually, as an adult, earn the merit badges, earn all the things, do the board's review, and actually earn the Eagle. So that's something. So when you look at it, prior to 1960, there were a lot of adults, not a whole lot, but a lot, that earned the Eagle. So it's not true. Now there are some cases where, I believe it was a famous case that was covered a few years back, where a retired gentleman from military and all that, and was in his 80s receiving his Eagle. And that's because they did all the requirements back when they were a youth and never had a board review. They did all of their stuff. They had all their paperwork, everything. So they did a board review. You can have a board review after your 18th birthday. That is possible, okay? We don't like doing it, but it does happen, okay? But not all Eagles are young. Next big myth is, once you're an Eagle Scout, you're always required to be a member of Scouting. As a myth, I wish it was true. But it's not. Eagle is not the exit, okay? It's a goal for the young person to achieve. That's what it is. It's not like they're going to... Eagle and then exiting is not the process, okay? So it is important to understand that the Eagle goes on forever. Once they've earned the rank of Eagle Scout, that's forever. You take that to the grave. That is very serious about that. It's in your heart. It's part of who you are. You're an Eagle Scout. It's who you are. That's the important bit. And it's natural for them to want to gravitate back over to it whenever that opportunity happens. If they have children and they want to get them involved in Cub Scouts, it's a natural for them to go over to scouting and come back in. That's one of those things about stepping up to do the right thing. Next big myth is that becoming an Eagle Scout is just completing a long checklist. Yes and no. Here's the yes part. It is involved. It is a list of requirements. It is something that the scout has to set that goal and do. And it's not easy. A lot of scouts set that goal and run out of time. So it's very difficult, especially with teenagers and all that's going on today. If you find an Eagle Scout, it's because they were not distracted by all of the other stuff going on. They were able to get through that list of requirements. The no part is that not only did they choose to do those things, but they learned from those things. That's the key. They learned those merit badges. They learned those leadership skills. They learned from their Eagle project. That learning process is something that changes the youth from just youth into an Eagle Scout. There's something there, that a spark, that eternal flame of scouting that's absorbed into their soul. It's amazing. It is amazing to see. Now there are some times, and we had a video on, the scout that did the minimum, very controversial, and it talked about this, and it was really to get people to think about that statement, that myth. Okay, that is very important. It's not just a checklist. It is something that the youth has decided that they want to do. No one can motivate them to do some of those things. They're tough. No one, but that youth did it. That's the key. They did it, and when they do those things, they absorb that. That is the thing. So yes and no is on that last one. We do a lot for our scouts, and thinking ahead, thinking about Eagles, and confronting some of these myths, some of these misconceptions that are out there. Scout leaders, please talk to your adult leaders. Talk to your parents. Make sure that they understand this process. This Eagle process is not easy. It's not simple. It's not done overnight. Make sure you're mentoring your scouts. I have mentored, okay? And you can see I have mentored a lot of scouts. You can too. You can do this too. It doesn't start when they need help with the project, okay? Please jump in way before that. Be their mentor when they first join the troop or they first get involved in Cub Scouts. Half of these were from Cub Scouts that moved with me to a troop, and then I helped them get all the way through Eagle. So that's the interesting thing about it, is that it's amazing when you go online to all their social media and see all that. It's amazing. So, but this is, by the way, this is the last episode of season 11. Season 12 will start next year, real soon, 2025. So I can't believe we started so long ago. So it's amazing. There's a lot of videos here. Please check them out. And I know you are, and I'm impressed by that. And I want you to keep doing that. Check out the videos. Make sure you look at that mentor video. It took a long time to put together, and it's involved. So definitely become a mentor. Mentors are important, and they're just a rung down from mom and dad Eagles. Eagle Scout dad, Eagle Scout mom. Then the mentors just below that. So mentors are important. They're very important. So definitely do that. And I know you do a lot of that stuff for your scouts and scouting. Scouting is important. Think about being a mentor. In fact, check out the mentor playlist over there. The mentor playlist, it was made a while back, but it's still relevant. So definitely, until next time, I will see you on the trail.